So, good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are watching me. Welcome to another training session for Danuvie CryptoBot, which was created by Danuvie Crypto Systems. This is another training session again, and in this session, we are just going to be looking at one topic for today. And this topic is known as understanding support and resistance levels. And then after we look at this topic, we're just going to be doing chart analysis. So the signals that came out last week, we're just going to be analyzing them today. We'll go live into the charts and we're going to analyze them so that we can understand what support and resistance is, how to use them when we get a signal from the bots, and how to make our entry correctly, set our stop loss, set our take profit and all that. So let's go straight into the video. So this is the manual, and it says understanding support and resistance and how to enter with change in direction signals. So it says support and resistance are key price levels where the market often reacts. It says support and resistance are key price levels where markets often reacts. Now, let me explain this. So, in the markets in general, whether it is forex or cryptocurrency, there are places in the market where the big players and the banks are looking to make decisive decisions about where price goes to next. So these areas in the market is what is known as support and resistance. Now, at these areas, these are the places where we as traders are meant to pay attention to know, okay, what is going to be the next move of price? Is price going to continue going up, or is price going to hold there and then come back down? So that's why it says levels where markets often react. So the next one, support. Now let's look at what support is now. Support is a zone where price tends to stop falling and bounce upward, showing that buyers are stepping in. So if the initial price movement was prices were coming down and it gets to a level and it holds at that level for a while, and then all of a sudden it begins to go up, for the fact that it held at that level, that place has been identified as a support level. This place has been identified as a support level. So what that support level means that buyers are having interest in entering the market at that particular level. Now, there is a misconception about support and resistance levels. A lot of people think that support and resistance levels are just individual prices. No. Support and resistance is like a zone. It's a collection of different prices, whether it is upper prices or lower prices. So, but you cannot just say that, okay, Bitcoin being at $90,000 is a support level. No. Support level will be Bitcoin being within the range of, let's say, $90,000 and $95,000. That range between $90,000 and $95,000, that is what is called a support level, a support zone. And Bitcoin within the range of 114,000 to 110,000, that is now a resistance level. So you can see 110 to 114 those are higher prices, and 90 to 95,000 level, those are lower prices. So prices that indicate on the that are being indicated on the low side of the charts, those are support levels. And then price ranges that are indicated on the higher side of the chart, those are resistance levels. So let's go to resistance now. Resistance is a zone where price tends to stop rising and pull back, showing that sellers are active. So like I said with support, when prices are going up and it gets to a level and it doesn't break that level and it begins to come back down. That level right there has been identified as a resistance level. Okay, so now these levels act like psychological barriers. Now, prices often pauses, reverses, or breaks through them with momentum. Now, I will explain this. So now, when it says or breaks through them with momentum, now the only way the price will go up, get to a resistance level, and continue going up is when there is the presence of high volume and high momentum, which means a lot of buyers coming in at that point in time. When the buying doesn't slow down, when the buying keeps on going, it will get to that resistance level. It might hold there for a while, but if the buying becomes too much, it will break that resistance and keep going up to the next resistance. So that's the only way a support or a resistance zone can be broken, when there is the presence of volume and momentum. So like I said, volume is the high amount of people who are trading, and the momentum, the size, the strength of that trade. If their trades are very, very, very strong, that's going to make the price to continue moving and break that resistance or support level. So now the next one is when your Danuvier crypto bot sends a change in direction signal. Now, a bullish change in direction near a support zone means price could reverse upwards. So you can see that. So if at a support level you get a change in direction signal from the bot, what it's telling you is that be prepared. There might be a shift to the upside from that zone. That's just what the bot is telling you. And the same thing, like for bearish now, it says a bearish change in direction signal near a resistance zone, that is higher prices, means price could reverse downward. So if you are looking at your chart and you discover that prices are now at a resistance level, and you now get a signal from the bot saying bearish confirmed change in direction, which means the bot is telling you that there might be a shift to the downside very soon. That's what it's telling you. So now we're going to look at the simple entry plan with confirmed change in direction signals. Now, the first one is wait for change in direction alert. Like I've said, don't rush. Let the bot confirm the market is shifting direction, like I said. So please, it's very, very, very important. You need to wait for the bot to send you a signal. Very important, because there are certain variables that the bot is calculating that we as traders cannot see. What we can see is the graph, the lines, the numbers, the time, the prices, but there are some certain other variables that we cannot see that the bot can see and is calculating it. So that is the reason why it sends us that change in direction signal. So like we said, don't rush, let the bot confirm. And after the bot has confirmed that move, it will send it to us as a Telegram notification. So the second one is check for nearby support or resistance. Yes. So when the bot sends you a signal, these are the things that you must do to give you the confidence to enter a trade. That's why it's called simple entry plan with change direction signal. So check for nearby support, resistance. Yeah. The change direction signal works best when it forms close to a key level. Exactly. So this signal is very, very, very accurate when it forms best when it is near a key level, whether it's support or resistance. So now the third one now is watch for candle confirmation. We have discussed the candle confirmation, the candlestick pattern, that is the 3 white soldiers and the 3 black rows. If you don't have an understanding about that, please, I will suggest you watch previous videos and then read the manuals that have been posted in the group. So watch for candle confirmation. Look for strong candles or patterns like the 3 white soldiers, bullish. As you see a candlestick, you see a candlestick formation, green, 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 following themselves one after the other. that kind of pattern formation is indicating there is movement in that direction. And then when you see 3 black row, which is red, 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 which means you see red, a red candle, and then another candle follow it that is red again, and another one that is red, which means they follow each other one after the other. That's an indication that the prices are coming down. Okay, so, and the fourth one is enter after confirmation. So after you have confirmed all these 3 things, which means the signal comes from the bot, you identify that there is a support or resistance level, and the candlestick has shown itself, it is present, then you can now enter after you have confirmed these 3 things. Enter at the close of the 3rd confirming candle. So you can see that. So out of the 3 white soldiers, the last candle that forms, that makes it 3 white soldiers, after that candle you enter enter the trade after that candle has been formed, and then you set your stop loss below the first candle, set your take profits at wherever you like. That one is at your discretion. So if you want larger profits, you can set it at a higher price. If you want reasonable profits, just it's all at your discretion. So okay, so enter at the close of the 3rd confirming candle or after the change in direction signal aligns with price action at that level. I think I've explained that. So let's go to the last one. That will be set stop loss and take profits. So stop loss below the first candle, like I've said. That is, if it is a bullish move, which means the bot sends you a bullish change in direction signal and you have identified the 3 white soldiers, you set your stop loss below the first candle. Please, very, very important. Take note of this. Your stop loss should be below the first candle, and your take profit will be wherever you want to put the take profits. It all depends on your risk to reward ratio. So stop loss below the first candle for bullish, which means the prices are going up, and then below, or rather above the first candle for bearish move, which means if the price is up and they change direction, is signaling a coming down, which means price is coming down, you set your stop loss above the first candle that forms in the 3 black rows. Set your stop loss there, and then your take profits somewhere at a lower price. So your take profits, okay, this is just a recommended take profits. And the reason why we put this here is so that you can just avoid greed and over trading. So that's why we just put a take profit of 1.5% to 2% gain. But you can decide to make your own rule and say, okay, I want my take profit to be 3%. I want my take profit to be 5%. It just depends on your risk management strategy and your risk management criteria. Whatever you like. Personally, I like to let my profits run, and then when I see that there is some kind of manipulation happening in the market, I can just go and take off my profits. Personally, for me, I like to let my profits run. But for you, if you are still uncomfortable with leaving money trading, you can just decide to set a very short take profit. That was why we recommended 1.5 to 2%, and I think that's okay. You will make reasonable money with 1.5 to 2% move. So you can also trail your stop to lock profits as price moves in your favor. I did a video about stop losses and take profits and how to trail your stop. Maybe, or no, I've posted it in the group. So please, you can watch that video. I've made the video. Just watch that video, understand what stop loss, take profit is, and how to trail your stop. All right. So in short, which means in summary, when its change direction signal forms around support or resistance, it's often the first clue that big players are shifting direction, which means the big players are moving the price in a certain direction. So, okay, by entering only after confirmation and managing risk properly, you position yourself alongside institutional momentum, not against you. So think this is self-explanatory. So I think this is the end of the only topic we're going to discuss for today. This is just going to be a very short video, but after this video, or rather after this topic, now we are going to be looking at chart analysis. And I think from here on, any training session we're going to be having now is going to be basically chart analysis.